After Blowout Blast and Battle Royale in 2017, we got Kirby Star Allies in March of 2018. The first Kirby on the Switch and first main console game since Return to Dreamland in 2011. Of course everyone is excited and eager for another main console Kirby game, but Star Allies ended up getting somewhat middling reviews, citing the game as far too easy and not having any depth. But the aesthetics and friend system were both highly praised. Personally, I felt the game was a bit short, with only 4 to 4.5 worlds. Over the next 8 months or so, Star Allies would continue to get updates, adding new friends as guests from a wide assortment of prior Kirby games, but the biggest update was in November of 2018, which added a new game mode, Heroes in Another Dimension. We've already played Star Allies on the channel, but we have not shown off Heroes in Another Dimension, so I'll have to keep that floating in the back of my head. This new game mode is essentially a new level pack, with a focus on exploring the capabilities of each ability and friend. It uses harder forms of existing bosses, and all uses the Another Dimension tile set, so it isn't too much to look at, and there is effectively no plot. The game was re-reviewed after all of the updates and received much more favorable reviews. Since we've already played Star Allies, let's go ahead and ding for that one. And I seem to have forgotten to pick the counter back up since my break, so let's get the ones I missed. The next year, 2019, saw Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn release on the 3DS. It's an enhanced port of Kirby's Epic Yarn, which we've played on the channel, with a few new items and a kind of racing game mode. It's also the final Kirby game released for the 3DS. Also, in late 2019, saw a sequel to Team Kirby Clash Deluxe, which it was itself an enhanced version of a minigame from Planet Robobot, in the form of Super Kirby Clash, a free-to-play game available on the Switch eShop. Long, long ago, in a faraway realm, there was a beautiful, peaceful land called the Dream Kingdom. One surprising day, Hornhead went on a rampage across the seaside. And so it came to pass that Team Kirby set off on an adventure to restore peace to the kingdom. Welcome to Super Kirby Clash. This is an interesting game that I've shown off. Whoop. It's an interesting game that I have not shown off. I think I've streamed a little bit of it before. I don't remember exactly, but anyway, it's interesting in that it's on the Switch, modern consoles. We actually have easy access to it. And also because it is I guess you could say a microtransaction game. It's a monetized game. It's free to play. So you can just hop in and play. It's effectively a sequence of boss fights, but then you also need to be leveling up and getting better gear over time in order to keep up with them. You must be Kirby. Thank you for stepping up to protect the Dream Kingdom. You're a real hero. What am I talking about, you ask? Hornhead has suddenly gone berserk over in the seaside. Hornhead is just one of the mini-bosses that we've encountered in the past. We don't know what to do. You beat him up. Can you stop the attack and save our kingdom? Now, when you start a new game of this, it's not... Oh, you can jump on the screen. I didn't think you could. When you start a new game on this, you're almost not intended to start a new game. If you want to start a new game, you have to go into the Switch options and, like, delete save data in there. It's supposed to be a game that you just keep coming back to. This is going to be our hub town, and we're going to be shoved through the tutorial, so I'm not going to talk too much on everything else that's here, because we're going to see it in due time. So let's go ahead and take a look at the actual gameplay. We are a tiny Kirby with a helmet and a sword. Right now, the only thing that's here is Story Quest and Seaside, where there is Hornhead. Take a look at the description here. First quest, defeat the huge Hornhead, wreaking havoc on the seaside. You can see rewards there, that'll mean more to us later. You can see various currencies and information in the upper right. More on that later. Let's just go in and beat up Hornhead. So we are a Kirby, I'm a Naka, and I have a teammate 1 who is also a Kirby. I have a sword, he has a hammer. Let's go, that's all we need. So this game can be played with other players. But I'm going to be playing through it solo. Attack with that button, the B button. Guard with L or R, jump with A. And that's about all you got to start. I'm over here now. So I have a guard. Now this is a team-based fighter, which actually means that I have a role, I guess you could say. You idiot! And I'm the tank. Okay, he got it. Wait, there's another one. We got all the power tablets, of which there were 2. Oh, I'm way off. Crap. So you can collect these over the course of the fight. Collecting them all lets you do a big super move. You are also timed in these fights. You can see a timer in the upper left-hand corner. So you can't just outlast bosses with perfect gameplay. They want to make sure you level up and get better gear. And we did it! We did the thing! We got silver. Your score is how much experience you get. And I got enough to level up. You only go up to level 10. However, this is, as I said, this is a team-based game, and there are actually 4 different classes to play. And each class levels up individually. Heroic missions are effectively achievements. I could not find a place where they were listed. But your reward, there are various rewards for these, but oftentimes you just get the little crystal cherry things, which are effectively the gem apples, which are effectively money. We also got some of the red and blues, which you saw the quest at the beginning actually told you the reds and blues you were going to get for doing this one, and we completed it, so we got them. And back to the village. Welcome back! Thank you for defeating Hornhead. But many more enemies continue their rampage throughout our land. We must rely on you, Kirby. There's something else you ought to know. The gem apple tree has matured. That means it's time for the first gem apple harvest. Here, take some. I got 10 gem apples. Oh, I almost forgot. The shoppe owner was looking for you, so be sure to check in with him. Alright, so we have the quest board, we have Bandana D. There's also 2 things over here, which I'll look at in a moment. And then we have the... I don't know what this is. Can I interact with this? Oh, let's look at the shoppe. Yeah, well, look what we have here. You must be Kirby. I hear you're a newcomer to the Dream Kingdom. I remember you. I beat you up. My name is Magolor. I'm the owner of this shoppe. I'll stop. What's the shop, you ask? Well, we sell weapons, armor, and support items. Take your time and take a look. So I mentioned before, you get better armor, weapons, that kind of thing. This is where you get them. Okay, equipping a weapon, do more damage. Armor. Stamina is, I think, your HP. I don't think there's damage reduction. I think there's just HP. We're always getting in new hats and helmets, perfect for keeping your whole body safe. And I want to say then that healing items heal by a percentage to account for that. I don't know. We will figure that out. Also perfectly fine to just choose one you look good in. No, it's not. You need better stats. Support items. There are various kind of useful items that'll help out. Potions that'll fill you up. Fill up your power when you use them during quest, and codexes that once read will grant you their effects permanently. That is important. We will get back to that. Stickers, items you can use when playing online, help you share your feelings. I think these are like emotes that you can use to help communicate if you're communicating with somebody else. I'm probably not going to buy any of them. And gem apples. So I did mention this is a free-to-play game, but they do need to monetize it somehow. That's how free-to-play games work. And this game effectively has gem apples. That's what you can buy. It's the main currency, and it's the only thing you can buy. And we do have 20 gem apples, so we can take a look at these. I'm real quick going to go down and just take a look at everything. Can I back out? No, it still says no. This will show them off, but it'll also get rid of the new marker on there. And you can see some of these were even added, I think, after the fact. Like, the game was released, then Star Allies came out, and then new stuff came out. Or maybe it was all here, and I forget. Don't ask me questions, man. I don't know stuff. Okay, so a lot of interesting things you can buy in here, of which we have stamina potions. I think these just increase your health, effectively. Attack potions, do more damage. Experience orbs, you get more experience. You use them, you get more experience over time. Mini experience orb. And then the codexes down here, which are actually these are permanent upgrades. So once again, you are going to want to buy these. Reading this, get 1.2 times the fire fragments from quests. That's the little number that you saw when choosing the quest that said, hey, you get this many fire crystals from this quest. This increases how many you can get. And you see it's volume 1, that means there are later volumes that you can get that will increase it even more. Water, light, rare, those are just the 4 different kinds of crystals. Codex of Vigor makes it easier to regain vigor. The game does have a stamina system. So you are only able to play so much at a time before you have to wait for your stamina to refill. This also then can be refilled with gem apples because it's a free-to-play game. So this will increase your vigor. Or makes it will, your vigor is the stamina gauge, free-to-play, yada yada. This will make it increase faster. Let's see here. Increase the gifts you get when you ring the Adventurer Bell. Great stamina. Okay, so this is These are your 4 classes. And these just mean, use this, that class is stronger. Armor. Okay, so as I said, there are 4 classes. Let's go over to weapons first. This will make more sense. There are 4 different classes. The one that you start as default, but you can swap whenever you want. You can play whatever you want to play. The one you start at is the sword user. This is, for all practical purposes, the tank. You can deal damage, but not as much damage as some other classes, and you can put up that shield that you saw me put up a couple times that guards myself and everyone within it. And then these are the swords that I can purchase right now. I actually have enough supplies, and you're kind of intended after the tutorial to have enough supplies to buy the next weapon. And then you can see the next one beyond that, which I do not have the supplies for. I have no yellow crystals. This is where the crystals come in. Because not only do you have to spend gem apples on these, you have to spend crystals on these. The crystals you cannot buy, you only get them from doing quests. So, remember R-Type Final 2, how there were like 3-4 different things you could use to unlock ships? Kind of the same thing. So if you need yellow, such as for this one, go do quests that reward you with yellow. And then there's more quests, more swords after that. And I think there are even more beyond this, but I don't know for sure. So that's the sword user. Then there is the mallet user, the hammer user. The hammer user, melee DPS. They will do more damage than the sword, but they also do not have the defensive ability of the sword. So the mallet, that's a nice looking hammer already. Brave hammer. These are some nice looking weapons in here, and you get some real friggin' JRPG looking weapons as you go further into this. So next up beyond that, this is... oh wait, no, I went there. Flasks. This is the healer class. I don't actually know a lot about this, so I don't know how much damage they can do. Presumably not a lot of damage, they mostly just cast spells. So you have your beginner's flask, scholar's flask, physician's flask, and they keep going. Yeah, so there is a healer. And then a mage. Beginner staff, mage staff, magician staff, and they keep going. Again, I think there are more beyond this. So armor, same deal. These are your swordsman armors. Then you have your hammer armors, your healer armors, and your mage armors. If memory serves, I actually quite enjoyed playing mage. They get some real cool abilities. Before I buy anything... I think it's loading. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we can do more quests, but before we do that, let's actually take a look around. Oh, amiibo. That's what it was. I don't have an amiibo. Actually, no, I'm not emulating this. I could actually use an amiibo. Heck, I don't know where any of my amiibos are. Why do you have to load when I hit back? Whatever. So we have this gem apple tree here in the middle. The gem apple tree is interesting because this is where you get your money. This is also a time-gated thing. So you have to wait for the apples to grow again before you can get more apples. which means you are limited on your gem apple currency by time. Same thing with vigor. These are both things then that you can spend real money to get more on, obviously. That's the adventurer bell, and then password. I want to say there are other Kirby games that have used the password system. Maybe it was even Forgotten Land. Because I remember it being a game that I played with Ogre. But there are passwords that are released through social media, events, that kind of thing. And if you then take those passwords and come over here, you can put them in and get rewards. And I'm going to do just that. Because there are actually several passwords. Most of them were only available for a set amount of time. And because this game is not new, at this point it is 4 to 5 years old, most of these have expired. But not all of them. So the first one that is still available is Super Kirby Clash. And this gets you some good crap. Bunch of reds, blues, yellows, and 10 gem apples. And effectively more achievements, which has gotten us a few more gem apples. Now, presumably you have to connect to the internet, so you can only use these passwords once. I don't know if you delete your save data, if you can use them again. So, again, the vast majority of these are actually expired. There are a few that are effectively infinite. They will never expire. So the next one is Kirby Fighters 2. Which I'm guessing was a password given out when Kirby Fighters 2 released, which released after this game. And that gets you 15 gem apples. And an experience orb. Cool! Are there any more? There is one more. And it is Thank You for Playing. This is 30 gem apples, 5 rare fragments, stamina potion, attack potion, and you use rare fragments to get rare gear. The higher your gear rank, the more likely they are to appear. Cool. I'll worry about that later. Okay, so we got a bunch of cool stuff. Actually, I want to real quick... Oh, you gotta load again. I want to real quick go talk to Bandana D again. He gives you tips. I want to hear that one about upgrading the tree. Okay, next harvest for gem apples, ready in 12 hours. That's how long it takes. Okay, if you buy gem apples, the tree will grow. The more apples with every harvest. Looks like it will grow if you get 50 more. Okay, so that has not changed. So I'm going to do something a little bit controversial. I'm going to spend real money. These are all of the gem apples. This is the store. The only thing you can buy here is gem apples. And I would say that the monetization scheme in this game is not inherently malicious. Predominantly because buying gem apples also gets you permanent upgrades. They can try to nickel and dime you with little things like, oh, your stamina's out. Do you want to use gem apples for that? You could go buy some gem apples for that. But here's what you do. Because every 12 hours, the tree will regrow its gem apples. And then you can go get those gem apples from that tree. Buying these will upgrade the tree, so you continue to get free gem apples. More and more and more. This is kind of a way to, if you do keep buying small amounts of gem apples from this, you'll keep getting more and more free from the tree as the tree levels up from your various purchases. Up to a point. It maxes out at like level 9 or something. And once you get the tree up to that level, that max level, you will pretty much never need to buy gem apples again. Like, you will get so many from the tree. So here's what I'm going to do. The last one, the max pack. This is 5,000 gem apples, which is going to last us for pretty much ever. Actually, it'll last us like a third of the way through the game, but then we can also get more from the tree. And this will upgrade the tree to maximum, which will let you harvest 2,000 gem apples every time. That's every 12 hours. This is a bit expensive at like 40 bucks, but 40 bucks, that's the price of a game. And I'm gonna get this, and then I'm never gonna have to do this again. Here's our gem apples. So I am doing this specifically so I can record a video series. This is not necessary by any stretch of... Like, this game can be played 100% free, but in the interest of completing this game in a reasonable amount of time, and I'm on a schedule because I'm making videos, this is to ensure that I can continuously make progress. And now the tree is full size. We also get more gem apples because of all the achievements. And we can go ahead and harvest because we just refilled it with the purchase. Which is 2,000 gem apples. There, now we never have to spend any money again. We are pretty much set for life. So, let's go back to the shop and do what else we need to do in order to get us going. Oh no, secret plan. I already don't trust you. Don't be pulling that. am a cool dude. Thank you. Okay, so we don't need that anymore. However, we can buy, now that we have a bajillion gem apples, all of the permanent upgrades. There. All the permanent upgrades bought out. We are down to less than 2,000 gem apples now. And again, these are all things that you absolutely could do playing through the game normally. It just would have taken considerably longer, and again, I'm on a time limit. So now... Sure. Go get some better weapons. Okay, so Beginning Blade is +4 attack, Swordsman Blade was +10, and Knight one is +18, and Charge Speed +20. I don't actually know what that means. As long as I'm here, let's go ahead and get the other weapons as well. Because, as Dee did say, our friends can also use our gear. So if we continuously get all gear, whenever our allies are also going to be able to help us. I'm not playing online, so they're going to be AI helpers, but everything is going to help. And this one, you can see no fancy effects, just more and more damage. Yeah, so this is attack +2, attack +8, attack +16, and revival speed +5. Everyone has a revival speed stat, and I'm not entirely sure what it does. Maybe if one of your allies gets down, you can run over and, like, mash the D-pad or whatever to get him back up. Yeah, and then attack +2, attack +6, attack +12, and recovery +12. Again, not entirely sure. Don't entirely understand stats. We'll worry about that later. And then we can go ahead and get the armor here, too, while we're at it. Yeah, and then these are stamina, stamina, stamina revival speed, just stamina, stamina charge speed. I don't know if equipping these changes my class or not, which is why I've not been equipping them, but maybe I should. Stamina, 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 recovery. Okay, so there we go. That is everything bought and upgraded that I can get right now. I am very low on resources, though, but that's good because we need to go actually, you know, play the game. And more rewards for more achievements. Alright, now while we are here, the only thing we haven't looked at is the Adventurer Bell, and I wanted to get the codexes before this because I knew there was that one that gets you better rewards for this. I'm just gonna do this offline. I don't have any friends anymore. So we get stuff. And these are our friends, I guess, that we got stuff from. The Ghostly Hammer. And then after doing that, you can even see him standing around in town here. It's adorable. I don't know how often you can ring this. Okay, once a day. And just look at their information, so nothing crazy about that. Okay. What else is there before we get back into it? Profile. So this is what other people will see. This is your hero rank, various medals you've gotten, yada yada yada. Heroic missions. These are, I guess you could say, achievements. Okay, so this is where all of them are. I was thinking it was just the mission-based stuff because of what's here at the start. But no, all the achievement stuff is here at the end. No intention of getting all of these. There is way too much kind of pointless. Same thing with the badge ranks. No intention of going in and like, oh, I'm going to gold or platinum everything. I'm not going to kill myself doing that. Stickers, I think these are just the stickers that you currently have equipped and have access to. I'm not going to worry about them at all. Roll/gear. So, roll, I'm currently the sword user, sword hero. It's also Hammer Lord, Dr. Healmore, and Beam Mage. So if I change that, let's go ahead and upgrade, put your better weapons and armor on. Dr. Healmore. Okay, and then that just shows our current... No, I am level. I thought they all leveled individually. Sure, I'll be a mage. Let's have fun with that. Yeah, so that's where that is, and then you can even change pose so people see what you got. I can do it. Okay, where's the one? There it is. Alright. Let's do one more quest. Because now we can look back into the quest log with a little bit better understanding of what's going on in here. Still, story quest is the only thing we can choose. Presumably there's going to be more later on. Now we have access... Oh boy, a teammate. We have access to the seaside and the dunes. Go inside, you can see Hornhead, which is the one we just did before. There's also two more. Colossal Spear Waddle and King Dew. And then over in the dunes, there is Mr. Frosty. Now on these, you can see the recommended level 2. We are level 2, so we can do this one. And you can see the rewards, which is 20 red, 20 yellow. And then here, red and blue, red and blue, red and blue. The missions are the individual medals that you can get on each one, and as we've seen, the medals get you gem apples. There's also the vigor cost to the right that you can see. We currently have 11 vigor. So this will cost us 5 of our 11 vigor to do. So we could do like 2 of these, and then we have to wait for our vigor to reset. Which it does reload fairly quickly, especially now that I've gotten all of the vigor upgrades. So what do we need the most of? I actually have a considerable number of yellows right now. We are lowest on blues, so let's go ahead and take a look at one of these. Take out the Colossal Spear Waddle, see what happens. So I'm a mage. We also have the sword user and the hammer user. Oh, I can actually change. Oh, so these are the guys that came in to help. They are higher level, so they have better stats, but they have crap gear. Like, this one has the good stuff. Okay, so they can help you out with the battles. What do you mean random gear? I guess these are just all of the roles. Your teammate 1 here is just all of the roles, I'm guessing, with the best gear that you can have. That's what I'm guessing. And, like, the sword user here has 53 stamina, but he's only level 2 because he's matched to my level, I'm guessing. Whereas you can get a sword user in here. Actually, no, you can't. In here has a good crap. It's like this doctor has 50 stamina. This one is 48. So this one actually is better off than even ours. Probably because, again, it's higher level. This sword user has 60 stamina. Whereas ours only has 53, even though it has better gear. So level does matter considerably. So sure, let's go ahead and leave them like this. Let's go have some fun. They're both level 4, level 5, so they're probably fine. That to charge up a time-stopping beam. Why am I in front? I'm the mage. Go over here. Okay, so I got my beam. And I can charge up. I could shoot my beam. And it slows down the enemy. Get slowed! Get slowed! I did get hit once, I think, when we threw a spear right now when I was in the air. So I'm not going to get no hit, but whatever. So performing better will give you more experience, obviously. But like, if you can only level up to 10, then kind of what's the... I'm not too worried about that. We are just starting and I'm level 3, so... Maybe the level cap will increase later on. Welcome back, Kirby! Looks like there are more types of new quests. They're called party quests, and they can be played alone or with other people. Okay, I think at this point we are set up and have some idea of what the heck is going on. You go in, you murder things, you get supplies, you come back out, you buy better gear. So they did mention party quests. Let's take a quick look at what party quest is. Party quests are now open, easy to collect fragments and gem apples. So there is vigor for each one. This means you can do story quests and party quests, each reducing their own vigor. So it effectively gives you twice as much time to play. Oh boy. Your team is now full! Heck yeah! Online plaza, local play, single system. So Seaside, so we have Spark Bonkers and Hornhead. Recommended level 3, get some decent supplies out of those. Vigor 6, so it will cost 6 to do these. And then Team First Contact, level 3. Okay. So this is going to be Super Kirby Clash. Until next time, everyone, when we clash some Kirbys.